In this session, we will create a read-only replica of our database, called a read replica, and configure our web server to connect to it. First, let's move to the RDS menu from the Management Console. From the search bar, type RDS and go to the RDS menu. On the left, move to Databases, select VPC01 RDS, then click Actions and choose Create Read Replica. We're on the screen to create a read replica. For replica source, select the original database you want to replicate, so select VPC01 RDS. For DB instance identifier, it's the name for the read replica. Let's enter VPC01 RDSRR. In the Instance Configuration section, we choose the DB instance class for the read replica. We'll select DBT3 Micro just like we did for the primary database. The destination region specifies where the read replica will be created. Let's keep the same region as the primary database. Next, under Storage Type, we will select General Purpose SSD GP3 and set the allocated storage to 20 GB. There's also an option called Storage Configuration Upgrade. This allows you to improve the storage performance or switch the storage type after the database is created. This can be useful if the default storage settings are not enough for your workload. In this session, we will not use this option, so we'll leave it unchecked and move on. Under Additional Storage Configuration, uncheck Storage Autoscaling to disable this option. In the Availability section, you will see options like Multi-AZ Cluster and Multi-AZ DB Instance. As explained in the previous session, these let you create replicas across multiple availability zones for high availability. We will keep it simple and select Single DB Instance. In the Connectivity section, set Network Type to IPv4. For the subnet group, select the same subnet group. Set the public access to Not Publicly Accessible to block public access. For the security group, choose the same security group for the RDS. In the availability zone, choose the same zone as the primary database. We will keep the certificate authority as is. Under Additional Configuration, leave the port as 3306 and use password authentication just like before. The password is automatically set to the same password which is used in the original database. Now go to Tags, click Add New Tag, and set the key to name and the value to VPC01 RDSRR. We will use the default values for the remaining settings. Now click Create Read Replica. Back in the database's screen, you will see the read replica is being created. Let's wait until the status changes to Available. After a while, the read replica is ready. Then, let's connect to the read replica from VPC01 Private EC2 A1. Open PuTTY and connect to VPC01 Public EC2 A1. Switch to the root user and clear the screen. We need the private IP of VPC01 Private EC2 A1 to connect. So go back to the Management Console. From the search bar, type EC2 and open the EC2 menu in a new tab. Move to the Instances menu. Select VPC01 Private EC2 A1 and copy private IP. Back to PuTTY. Type SSH-I and your private key pair file name, ec2-user@ and paste the private IP. Then press Enter. Once connected, switch to the root user and clear the screen. From the RDS command file, copy the database connection command. And back to PuTTY, paste the command. To get the endpoint, go back to the RDS screen and click the read replica. Copy the endpoint of read replica, and back to PuTTY, paste the endpoint into the command. Then press Enter. Enter your password and press Enter again. Now we are connected to the Read Replica database. Type Show Databases and press Enter. And you will see VPC01 RDS. Type Use VPC01 RDS, press Enter. And type Show Tables, press Enter. You will find the sample, just like in the original database. Type Select Asterisk from Sample and press Enter. You will see the same data that we entered into the primary database earlier. This shows that the Read Replica has been properly synced with the original database. Now, let's make the web server connect to the Read Replica instead of the original database. Type Exit to leave the RDS session, and let's update the connection information in VPC01 Private EC2 A1. Let's change the directory where the index file is located. Type cd/var/www/html and press Enter. And open the DB info file with the editor. Press I and enter Insert Mode. We will replace the current endpoint with the Read Replica's endpoint. Go back to the RDS screen, click the Read Replica, and copy the endpoint. Back to the PuTTY. Delete the endpoint of the original database and paste it. The rest of the settings are the same, so we will leave them as they are. Press Escape key, press Shift and colon key, and type WQ and press Enter. Now we will do the same for VPC01 Private EC2 C1. First, type Exit and log out from VPC01 Private EC2 A1, then return to VPC01 Public EC2 A1. Go back to the EC2 instances screen and copy the private IP for VPC01 Private EC2 C1. Back in PuTTY, type SSH-I and your private key pair file name EC2-user @ and paste the private IP. Then press Enter. Once connected, switch to root user and clear the screen. Change the directory where the index file is located. And open the file with the editor. Change to the Insert mode, then let's modify the endpoint. Go back to the RDS screen and copy the endpoint of Read Replica. Back to the PuTTY. Delete the original database endpoint, paste it. Leave the other values as they are. Press Escape, then save and exit. Now, both EC2 instances have been updated, and let's test the web page. Go back to the EC2 menu, and on the left, go to the Load Balancers menu. Select the load balancer and copy the DNS name. Then open a new browser tab, paste it in, and open the page. You should see the same web page as before. This means the web server is now successfully connected to the Read Replica. Next, let's test if the new data added to the original database is also correctly reflected in the Read Replica. In PuTTY, we are still connected to VPC01 Private EC2 C1, so let's connect to the original database from here. Clear the screen, and from the RDS command file, copy the database connection command. Back to the PuTTY and paste it. Go back to the RDS screen and click the original and copy the endpoint. Back to the PuTTY, paste the endpoint, press Enter and log in with your password. Once connected, type Use VPC01 RDS and press Enter. Then, type Show Tables and press Enter. And type Select Asterisk from Sample and press Enter. You will see the data we added before. Now let's insert new data. From the RDS command file, copy the Insert Data command. Return to PuTTY, paste it. Change the value from Kim to another name, for example Park, and Seoul to another location, for example Suwon. You can use the name and the location you want to. Then press Enter, type select asterisk from sample, and press Enter. You will see the new data has been added. Now let's go back to the browser and refresh the page. And you will see the updated data which we just added to the original database. This means the new data inserted into the original database has been successfully replicated to the read replica. And that concludes the session. In this session, we created a read-only replica of our database, the read replica, and configured our web server to connect to the read replica. In the next session, we'll test whether the multi-AZ database works correctly during a failover.